What's going on, Orchard students? How's it going today? We're just hanging out live. I don't expect anyone to get on here because we didn't talk about it. But I already did a video for Instagram and Facebook, and so you can either watch it there or watch it here. We'll also post this video. But yeah, guys. Sorry, don't have Corona. That's not a joke. Sorry. But as you can see, I am in my bedroom, kind of messy. Sorry about that. But yeah, glad to be here with you guys. We're just hanging out doing day 7 of our Anxious for Nothing plan. So it's actually our last day of doing Anxious for Nothing. And so just going to hop on here and do a Devo recap with you guys. If you guys have any questions, if any of you guys pop up on here later or whatever, if you have any questions, prayer requests, whatever, let us know. We really want to know what's going on in your guys' lives. So say hi if you're watching it. Post, say hi. I'd love to say hi to you back. But yeah, guys, we'll just get right into it. This will be different from my probably video that I did Instagram, Facebook, because I didn't schedule anything out. But we're going to go through 3 Bible verses with you guys. But yeah, super happy to be here. I'm Nate, by the way, if you haven't met me. I'm Nate. I'm the Orchard student specialist. I almost said field there, but Orchard students, student specialist. And so I help Joe around, hang out with him. Random. What's up, dude? I miss you a lot. How's it going, buddy? I love you, dude. Random. It's crazy. A year ago, I met you in the 5th and 4th grade room, and now you're a 6th grader. So I'm glad that you are here with us at Orchard Students. So what's up, buddy? We'll be talking. If you have any questions, pop them in there. But yeah, man. So yeah, Anxious for Nothing. I don't know if you guys have been really dealing with anxiety. I feel like we all deal with anxiety at one point or another. And so it's really hard to get through. We've been going through this plan on just trying to figure out our different thinking of anxiety and how we navigate it with Christ and who God is through this. And so we're going through the Anxious for Nothing plan. If you haven't been going through it, go through it. It's on it's on the Bible Gateway app. So it's just the Bible app on your phone or whatever. You can follow the plan called Anxious for Nothing. This is our last day. We're going to be starting a new one tomorrow. And so, yeah, really want to talk about this last day with you guys. Sorry. Throw out my gum. But yeah, so just jumping right into it. Yeah, man, anxiety is a real thing, and sometimes it's a really hard thing to do. Sometimes our mind and our hearts get cluttered with things that we don't know how to deal with, especially in our world today and what we're going through right now. It's really hard to figure out what life looks like right now. I know for me right now, there's a lot of anxiety that's kind of just trying to push its way through because right now I'm dealing with work, I'm dealing with school, and I'm just dealing with my personal life. A lot of you guys get that. A lot of you just have school and personal life, and so maybe it's a little bit more simplistic, but we still all deal with anxiety no matter what form that is. We still go through anxiety and fears and have these things kind of go on. And so really want to talk to you about today of really not focusing on the anxiety, but who we should focus on more, because at the end of the day, this is going to be basically like the bottom line of this live video is it's not about less stress or finding less stress, but it's finding more Jesus. And so we're going to be kind of going through that through these 3 scripture verses. And so what we want to focus on first is kind of want to talk to you guys this one. John 14:27. So these are the words of Jesus here. He says, I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid. All right. This one is really good because for me and personally, what I like to do whenever things kind of go through my mind, whenever I just want to blank out and not think about the troubles of my world or whatever is going around me, whatever is happening in my life, the first thing that I go to is not Jesus, it's not the Bible, but a lot of the time, the first thing I like to go to is TV. I like to go to Netflix. I like to go to YouTube. I like to go to Hulu. Maybe you're in a binge watching season being at home. But for me, I'm not a binge watching show. So if you have any shows, hit that down below. But for me, I like to just sit in front of the TV. It's not the best thing for me to do, honestly. It really stinks sometimes because what happens is, even though being in front of the TV is great and I love sitting down in front of it and I love having that time in front of it where my mind literally just blinks out for a second. And I'm just like, all right, cool. This is all I'm thinking about. I don't have to think about the anxiety and the stress of my life. And I just get to blank out for a second. There's great TV shows out there. We always like to find our TV shows. I'm trying to think of ones I already went through or just went through. Friends is a good one. But it doesn't help me in the end. Have you ever been at that point? Maybe it's not TV for you. Maybe it's reading the book. Maybe it's YouTube or something else. Maybe it's video games where you can just blank out for a second. The problem is when we go to those things in our times of need and stress, the things that the world gives us to ease those, you probably see those commercials all the time of like, oh, like to deal with stress, like get this, get a back massager, get this, like this is going to be great for you, go chiropractor, whatever. I don't know. I'm thinking old things here, but the world likes to give us things that doesn't maybe momentarily helps with the stress and the anxiety of our lives, but it doesn't help us like look forward to them in the peace of mind that we have. So I'm going to read this again. John 14:27 says, I am leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace that I give, so let's first talk about the first one. I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. So we're going to see this another one. Christ, that's the awesome part. Christ has given us peace of mind and heart. It's two separate entities. So the heart is kind of like our affective part, like our emotions and like the things that are just weighing us down. And then our heart's like our mind is all the things that get cluttered. We can't figure those things out. And so it says peace of mind and heart. Christ gives us. Jesus says, I'm leaving you with a gift. So when he left us with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And he says, and the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. It's hard because we sometimes like to think that these commercials, these things that the world gives us, will give us this peace that we've been searching for. But the problem is it's only momentary peace. It's these things that like maybe help us in the moment, but aren't helping us effectively in the long term. They're not giving us that eternal peace that Christ only gives. He says, so don't be troubled or afraid. So Christ, in this, he gives us that peace. He gives us that love. And he gives us that peace of mind and heart. And it's everlasting. It's not just momentary, but it's things that he allows us to keep going. And so let's go through the next one. It says 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and self-discipline. That's the joyful news about it. Like the last one, that John 14:27, Christ gives us peace of mind and heart. And that gift that he brings is the Spirit. So the Spirit, like if you believe in Jesus Christ, he's given you the spirit of peace. It says, for God has not, in 2 Timothy again, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline. He doesn't want you to be afraid today. He wants you to look forward to him. He wants you to recognize the Spirit. If you're a believer in Christ, he wants you to recognize the Spirit that's within you that doesn't give you fear. That's not a part of who God is. God gives you love and power and self-discipline and that peace. What's the opposite of fear? It's peace. So he doesn't give you fear. He doesn't give you the spirit to be fearful, but he gives you the spirit to have peace in who he is, and we recognize on that spirit. And so going back to John 14, he says he gives you a gift, and that gift is the Spirit of Christ. And so what we need to do is, again, what we focus on is not focusing on, like, it's good to know those anxieties that like maybe we have in life, to recognize those things, but to combat them, to figure out like, how do I get through this? It's not through the world. It's not through the things that the world can give us, but it's what God gives us. College, freshman year, it was actually really hard. The second semester, I was in this weird place of, have you ever felt the anxiety or the fear that's like within you, like all of a sudden you have this just like pressure, amounts of pressure on your chest, like you can't, your mind's so jumbled and maybe your heart's affected and like you're just sad, whatever. And it felt like for me in this moment that I had like 100 pounds of just like pure weight on my chest and I couldn't breathe. And I was just like, what is going on? And I didn't know what to do about it. And this happened for like weeks at a time. I was just like, I don't know what to do. So what I did was I would go to a class, go to get food, go back to my room and just hang out in my room. I didn't have community. I didn't push to have those relationships. I didn't push even for God in this moment. I was just like sitting and I was just like trying to figure it out on my own. I was trying to find my peace through YouTube. I was trying to find my peace and that clear mind through Netflix and those shows I watch. I'm pretty sure I like rewatched the whole, if you've ever seen Lost, great show, but Lost, I watched like the whole thing. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, because at the end of it, I would watch it and yeah, maybe that helped me in the moment and allow my mind to get the things off. But it never helped me long term. It never gave me the actual peace that I needed that God can only give. And so that was my problem. I didn't focus on God, but what happened was I finally got people around me. I got people that pushed me more to who God is, and that is Word. And I started focusing more on who Christ is and what he gave me. He didn't give me the spirit of just like focusing on the worldly things. He didn't give me the spirit of fear and of anxiety, but he gave me the spirit of peace, of power and love. So when I started reflecting on who God is, I started reflecting on the peace that he brought, what he did on the cross for me, the love that he brought, that he stirred up in my soul. And he gave me this everlasting joy that the world cannot give. Again, the world gives us momentarily joy and pleasure, and those aren't horrible things, don't get me wrong. So going bowling with friends or going to Topgolf or playing video games is not a bad thing. But if you're searching in those things for peace and clarity, it's not going to happen. It's not going to, maybe he's giving you in the moment, but it's not going to push you forward and allow you to dive deeper in those things. And they're great things. But yeah, God gives us the spirit that allows us to have that joy and peace within it. Last one for you guys. It says Psalms 46:10. It says, be still and know that I'm God. I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world. It's crazy to think here. Our world wants to tell us to keep moving and keep going and keep striving for these things, which isn't bad. Get that diploma, get that high school, graduate from middle school to high school, graduate from high school to go to college. All these are great things, get a job, whatever. But God says, be still. Be still in the moment and know that I am God. Sometimes that's hard for us just to be still and recognize who God is and what he's doing in our lives right now. Sometimes that's hard to see with the struggles of this world, the things you might see on the news, social media, whatever that looks like. And it's hard to see those kind of things. My dog. But it's hard to think of those things, but he literally tells us just be still. And so what I want you guys to do today, and it talks about this, I'm trying to remember what gospel it is, but Christ literally says, like, don't think of the worries about tomorrow because the troubles of tomorrow have their own troubles. Think about today. So what I want you guys to push to do today, if you're dealing with stress, anxiety, whatever you're dealing with, even if it's nothing right now, I really want you guys to just sit and just focus on who God is. Figure out who he is and love on who he is doing in your life right now. As simple as it sounds, it's actually awesome, profound. The ways you can do that is get in your Bible, read one of the Gospels, read Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, and just start there and just realize the power and the peace that Christ gives us and just love on those things. And secondly, you can just pray. Sometimes it feels awkward to pray, but just sitting in prayer is an awesome thing. Just talking to God. Sometimes it feels weird because he's not directly talking to us back, but thank him for the things that he's done in your life right now. Thank him for what he's going to do in life. And it says, be still. So just take that moment and be still, just hang out with God and just recognize who he is and what the plans he has. He says, I will be honored by every nation. I'll be honored throughout the world. He's got a plan. And so sometimes we can't see that plan right now, but we take joy in who he is and what he's given us already and what he's going to do in the future. And so that's all I have for you guys today. Sorry, this ran a little long. But yeah, so quick things for you guys. So on social media, what I'm going to be doing with you guys through this week is going to be posting random food things. So like this or that, like food, or, like you pick one of the 4 food. And so what this is going to do, it's going to push us for the game that's going to happen on Sunday. It's going to be a weird game. I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm going to be posting on Instagram, Facebook of what's your favorite food, whatever, of like these 4 items. So it could be like pizza, broccoli, cheese, or something else. And you'll see how that transfers into this week and on this game. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be kind of gross, but be involved in that. And then also we're starting a new devotional plan. And so we're going to be posting those on social media too. So I'm going to be posting 4 of them. And so we're going to let you guys pick. And so be tuned on Instagram and Facebook on which ones sound better to you, which ones you like. Hello, Shyla Snyder. I don't know how to say her first name. I am so sorry. But be tuned in that so we can figure out the next reading plan that's going to start tomorrow. So today we're going to be posting that, and tomorrow we're going to be starting a new Devo. And so we really want you guys to be involved and pick that. And so, yeah, have fun with it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you guys. So have a great rest of your day. Again, spend that time with God. Love on him. Figure out what he's going to do in your life. Love you. Have fun. Have a great one, guys. Bye.